going. Get the fuck off me! Get off me! Get off me!
Someone's coming towards me. I'm grabbing his skull and I'm throwing you. It's me, how fuck nigga.
They got the most terroristic DBs of all time.
Alright, and with the NFL draft coming into a complete conclusion, I'm here with my coach Jordan. We're going to give you our entire rundown, our thoughts, what we don't like, what we do like on round 2 of the NFL draft. Our round 1 video will probably be released before this, hopefully, thank Jesus. But before we get into it, Jordan, what do you think of round 2 so far? What's some moves you like? What's some moves you notice? What's some moves that you're just confused as shit as to what we're doing? You know, let the people know.
Hey, New Orleans, man. New Orleans, man. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Are they good in the first round? What was that? What was that? We'll get to that later, but what was that? Genuinely.
Anyway, getting straight into this, man. We're going to speed through this, man. First pick overall that the San Francisco 49ers had at pick 33. They got another receiver in Dejon Stribling. I don't know why you did this. San Francisco, you need a new strength and conditioning coach. That's what you need. You don't need another receiver. You signed Mike Evans. I don't think you had any reason for doing this, but I mean, hey, man, I'm not going to complain. Next off, Arizona, they did go ahead and get Chase Bizon. I don't know how to pronounce this man's last name. I don't want to butcher it, but they got a guard at Texas A&M being in Chase B. Honestly, they should have done this earlier, the first round, but what do we know? What do we know is going on down there in Arizona at this point? Jordan, what are your thoughts on it? Nothing pick. I'm just going to keep it pushing here, or you're proud of Arizona for finally making a move.
Nothing pick.
Nothing pick at all. A lot of these are probably going to be nothing picks. I can't lie. Let's keep going down the list. We have Buffalo getting Edge and TJ Parker from Clemson. I'm going to be keeping a stack with you. I'm really not looking at this like damn, but at the same time, seeing as how bad their run defense was last season, yeah, it's all right pick. Sorry, it's a pretty good pick. After that, we go down to Houston. What the actual hell they had going on here, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for Caden McDonald. I saw him celebrating in the stands in Pittsburgh after you got drafted with the fans. Houston, you don't need another defensive tackle. You don't. You genuinely do not.
They don't need defense, period.
You don't need a defense at all. What you need is an offense. Maybe a quarterback too while you're at it. Maybe Jesus. Because, oh, man, that postseason was rough.
Big weapons not available. Stroud throws it and in trouble. That ball is up for grabs. Picked off. This one is off the hands and picked off. 49, play action. Stroud is picked again.
Real rough. But I mean, yeah, we can both agree this is a bad pick.
Nope.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nope. Arguments from me.
Yep, waste of a pick. Down the list, we go to New York, and they go ahead and get Colton Hood, cornerback out of Tennessee. Honestly, I like this pick. I feel like they could have used this for something else earlier. You know, get Caleb Downs, but what more can we do at this point?
Should have been the Seattle Seahawks, but Seahawks want to make dumb decisions.
It is what it is at this point. Down the list, we go down to number 6. The Las Vegas Raiders get Traden Stukes from Arizona, safety. Not a bad pick. Las Vegas needs everything. So I'm not even going to complain about a single pick Las Vegas takes anymore because they need every single damn position to be covered. Because, woo, it was rough last season. Very rough. Down the list, we go to Cleveland. Another receiver in Denzel Washington from Washington. I watched, okay, Jordan, you have something to say?
I'm a huge fan of this pick. As someone who watched Washington's last game, someone who watched 2 Washington games last season, Denzel Boston was a big factor in both. Boston, he seems like the guy. He seems like a number 1 receiver kind of guy. Win the second round, I don't know. That was about probably because he played at Washington. Not really a premier wide receiver school, but I think he's going to be something. I'm not saying a top 10 guy, but he'll be around those areas one day.
Yeah, not a bad pick at all from the sakes of the Browns. They're actually doing some shit. Kansas City, also have to give them their props. They went ahead and got Mason Thomas, edge out of Oklahoma. This man was actually hooping last season. And if it weren't for the fact that he was going against Ruben Bain, Arvell Reese, and Sonny Styles in the draft, he probably would have been a first rounder. But sadly, he was a second rounder. Not bad at all in the case of Kansas City. Also have to say the same thing for Cincinnati. I thought they were good. Wait, no, actually, I take that back. I don't know what the fuck Cincinnati has going on. You get Dexter Lawrence and then draft Cassius Howe.
Well, Howe's the edge.
Yeah, I still don't know why. Because at that point, It doesn't make any sense,
I think Cash Child was the Trey Hendrickson replacement.
All right, I'll give him that. I'll give it to him. Man. But speaking of confusing, number 10, Jordan, you're gonna have to take this one away. Detroit, not Detroit.
The New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans Saints.
Georgia defensive tackle Christian Miller. I don't know what this pick was. No idea what this pick was, especially the guy who was drafted directly after. What the guy drafted directly after? Because giving up our veteran middle linebacker. I don't understand why we don't take Jacob Rodriguez. I don't understand why Jacob Rodriguez does not go to New Orleans Saints. I don't understand it. Is the Georgia defensive lineman always a good pick? Absolutely. But didn't we just draft a defensive lineman in the first round like a year or two ago with Brian Brzee? What are we doing? I don't know what the idea of what this pick was. Especially because, again, linebacker was needed. I don't get it. Not whatsoever. Especially Jacob Rodriguez was right there. Right there. Literally the next.
All right, nigga. Let me talk about ball real quick. Woo! Miami, big dogs. 305, man. 305. 305. Shout out to the Miami front office. We are actually doing our job. At pick 11 in the second round, my nigga. The stash. The Red Raider himself, Jacob Rodriguez. I welcome you to the 305. Welcome to Miami. We're going to do some great things out here. Great things. Man, Miami, man, they did not disappoint me this draft. I don't know how the hell he was still on this board, but I'm not complaining in the slightest bit, man. I'm going to get that Jacob Rodriguez jersey ASAP, no Rocky. I know Jordan's in shambles because he just saw, his co-host arch rival team get Jacob Rodriguez. It is what it is. Anyway, down the list. 12, Detroit Lions get Derek Moore. You need a defense. I'm not complaining. You need a defense desperately. With how bad y'all's defense played last season, and seeing as that one of your corners might be going to jail for getting his get back on people that robbed him. Shout out to my boy Terry Arnold. Free my boy TA. Honestly, not a bad pick whatsoever. Down the list we go. Baltimore, Zion Young. Edge out of Missouri. Not a bad pick. I feel like they still should have focused on the offensive line and the fact that they did lose Isaiah Likely to New York. They probably should have got another tight end to replace him, but I mean, it is what it is. Down the list we go. Tampa Bay, they got Josh Trotter, linebacker out of Missouri. Pretty much a nothing pick. They needed defense. They still need to replace Mike Evans. So I don't know how they play.
I don't know why they don't go Bernard in this.
I don't know why. I don't know why either, but it is what it is. Speaking of Jeremy Bernard, my guy, Bama boy, Jeremy Bernard, 15, second round, wide receiver out of Alabama, going to the Steelers. I would be extremely hyped for this man if I knew who was throwing the fucking ball in Pittsburgh. As of right now, we don't know.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Let's go down the list again, man. We got Atlanta, ATL, home of mid food and Atlanta rappers and skinny jeans. Avion Terrell, cornerback out of Clemson. I'm not mad at this. I'm really not mad at this pick whatsoever. I feel like he's probably about to have a great mini camp because he has Tua playing quarterback for them right now. So who knows how that's gonna go. Let's go down the list. Oh, you guys on the site?
I was just saying that. His brother's on the team, obviously. Got to mention that. His brother's the other corner on the other side. That's a different type of synergy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, won't do anything for Atlanta. They're on first overall pick watch, but.
Woo! Fuck. Man, damn it, Tua. Anyway, 17. North Carolina Panthers select Lee Hunter, DT out of Texas. Not a bad pick from them. I would want more protection around Bryce Young, but seeing as Bryce Young was able to get to the damn playoffs of what he was working with last year, I feel like they're in a pretty good spot. Now, this pick, I'm hyped for. New York Jets select D'Angelo Pawns, cornerback out of Indiana. Can't go wrong with this. No matter what you say, Jordan, you can't go wrong with this.
Should have been the Seattle Seahawks, man. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is Seattle's a bunch of idiots.
Nigga, what is your beef with Seattle, bruh?
Because they should have drafted a corner. I don't know why they drafted a running back.
Okay, this nigga clearly was not paying attention this offseason. Anyway, 19, we go to Minnesota. They decided to get Jake Golday, linebacker out of Cincinnati. Keep bolstering up that defense because I don't know what the hell the offense is going on anymore at this point. We can only pray for that offense. 20, we have the Green Bay Packers select Brandon Cease out of South Carolina, cornerback. Not a bad pick. I would feel like they probably might want to get another receiver because they did let Romeo Doubs walk to New England this season. Yeah.
They didn't read though, so.
Woo! They wouldn't pay attention, man. Okay. Anyway, 21, we have Indianapolis Colts selecting C.J. Allen, linebacker out of Georgia. I'm not too mad at this pick. At the same time, I'm not really the highest on it due to the fact of what happened last season. But we'll just have to see, honestly, with how they go with Daniel Jones and everything. I feel like if Daniel Jones played the whole season, I could gauge better what they needed. But, I mean, shit is what it is anymore at this point. Now, I don't know who the hell is letting Philadelphia get away with this blasphemy consistently. But the Philadelphia Eagles at 22 in the second round select Eli Stowers, tight end out of Vanderbilt. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're literally letting Philadelphia rebuild correctly in front of our eyes.
They're literally replacing all of their old players with younger ones actively right now.
Every damn season.
They're doing everything right. They're doing it right. Every season they just get younger.
And it works. It works. Howie Roseman is selling crack back there. I don't know what he's doing. New England. Go ahead, down the list, 23 in the second round, they get Gabe Jackas, edge out of Illinois. Not much to say there, honestly. I feel like they only need to draft offensive linemen, seeing as how Will Campbell and the entire offensive line was getting bitched in that Super Bowl. 24, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars selecting Nate. I'm not pronouncing that last name. Tight end of Texas A&M. Not mad at the pick at all. Not mad. More weapons for Trevor Lawrence, especially with Travis Hunter not playing both sides of the ball as much. Shit.
I'm mad at it. They just had an emergence. They just had an emergence of a tight end, Brandon Strange. Literally just emerged as their number one guy.
Issue with having another good tight end.
Yes, there is. You're wasting
First, you was with Kenyon Sadiq. What's your beef with tight ends right now?
No, my beef is what are we doing with these two? Who these two tight end setups are the move? Name the last team who won a Super Bowl with the two tight end setup.
Anyway, bruh. Anyway.
Two elite tight ends.
Anyway. All right.
Exactly.
Anyway. All right. Chicago Bears select Logan Jones, 25th pick in the second round. Center out of Iowa. You can't go wrong with some guard. You can't go wrong with some offensive line. You can't go wrong with some beefy boys. Plus, he looks like a MAGA supporter, so you know he's probably going to be a baller at offensive line. Can't lie to you. Down the list we go, man. 26. Coming out of Toledo, the Cleveland Browns select Emmanuel. I'm not pronouncing that last name. Safety.
Neil Warren?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm going to fuck up that last name bad. Anyway, honestly, pretty nice pick. Cleveland's everything. That's not on the defensive line. So I'm not mad at it. Jordan, what's your take on it? Because clearly you got mad at me for not pronouncing his last name, but
I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, McNeil Warren is not that hard of a last name, but
maybe it's just me.
Hey, man, that's a good pick.
Yeah, man. Down the list we go. Houston, 27. Marlon Klein, tight end out of Michigan. I'm gonna say this again. Either you get a lineman or a quarterback. Stop with this shit. I'm gonna keep reiterating this. I will not let this live down.
Tight end isn't good?
Oh, no. Tight end's not good. But when your quarterback throws 5 picks and you know, in a postseason game, 5 or 4 interceptions, and then your offensive line play like shit.
Big weapons not available. Stroud throws it and
worry about fat people for a second. Just worry about getting fat people or getting a quarterback. No disrespect to my fat guys, bro. Love y'all boys. Anyway, we go down the list, man. Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker for Tennessee. Tennessee drafts him with the 28th pick in the second round. I am extremely hype about this pick. All right, him and Colin Simmons. Woo! Shit, boy. Man, them niggas was hooping last year. Man, great pick from Tennessee. They honestly can't go wrong with anything in this draft. They need everything. Jesus, Yahweh, the Holy Spirit, a McDonald's Sprite. Doesn't matter. At 30, though, for the Buffalo Bills, they have David Davidson. I'm not pronouncing that last name. This is coming from a Nigerian quarterback out of Ohio State.
The Rams pick. Why'd you skip the Rams pick?
Oh man, I completely forgot about that shit. Damn, I didn't even see that right there. Rams will be all right. They didn't really need nothing in this draft. They were just fucking around.
How the fuck did they pick a tight end? What's the excuse here? They have 2 good ones. Now, what's the excuse now?
It's the Rams. They genuinely don't need anything in this draft. They can fuck around for all shits we give. They drafted Ty Simpson. They have Stetson Bennett. What's the issue?
Drafted secondary.
The secondary that they fixed by finessing the Chiefs in broad daylight.
Draft another wide receiver.
What? What do you mean they don't have a wide receiver?
Nope, draft another wide receiver. That's not what I said. Draft another wide receiver.
I mean, yeah, if you want to, or just get 2 tight ends. You have Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua.
No, you already have 2 tight ends. Now you have 3 for what?
Okay, now you have an extra tight end. What's the issue?
Idiocy, man.
Oh my god, nigga. Okay, it's anyway. Before this nigga makes this video longer than it should be. Cornerback for Ohio State, Davidson for the Buffalo Bills. Not a bad pick for Buffalo. I still have not seen them draft a wide receiver, so I'm a little bit concerned. Very much concerned.
DJ Moore, man.
Did you say they don't need one?
They got DJ Moore?
Is this nigga serious?
31st pick in the second round. Thank you. The Chargers are actually know what they're doing. Center, Jake Slaughter. That's a tough-ass name. Jake Slaughter out of Florida. Center for the Chargers, man. Hey, man, he better be slaughtering defensive linemen this season, because if not, that boy, Justin Herbert, finna get slaughtered again. So do with that as you will, because if he fucks up, he is going to be made a meme out of on Twitter. And lastly, the last pick in the second round, the Seattle Seahawks select a strong safety, Bud Clark out of TCU. Not a bad pick, bruh. You know, keep bolstering up that defense. I'm not complaining whatsoever. Nigga, what is your beef with Seattle?
I'm just saying, man, they should have drafted a corner. Darren Price would have been here, bro.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the video. It's Jew and Jones, man. Let us know down in the comments below. What did you think of the second round pick? You know, a lot of teams here pretty much handle business, but you know, maybe you're like Jordan, you think a lot of teams just completely fucked up the second round. They weren't doing their job. But before we go, Jordan, you got anything else you want to say to these people?
Stop drafting tight ends.
Yeah, this
Stop
thing's
drafting tight ends.
Anyway, yeah, we're out.